Welcome to Prime Time. Today I'm going to show you how to create the timesheet from schedule in the PrimeNet Legacy software. So there's a few things that we need to do which your system should already be set up for. The policy needs to be able to enable timesheets to be created. And we click on our salary policy, we go down to employee settings, and we can see here that it's selected allow employee timesheet to be populated from schedule. We don't want that on every single policy because we don't want a mistake made when the report that creates the timesheet from schedule runs, because we don't want it interfering with regular employees that are clocking in and out. So on this policy, it is checked off. This is our salary policy here on this particular demonstration. So that's part of it done. The next part is the schedule. There has to be a schedule made, and it's this schedule that's going to be populated in their time card. And we can see we've got a couple of different starts and stops in here for this schedule. In black is the one that we're looking at over here. I can come over here and let's see what the daily work shift entails. 7 to 5, 7 to 5, 7 to 5. So we'll use this daily work shift, but regardless of which shift you use, the employee has to be added to it. Right now we can see we have 0 members on this shift. Normally, if you're just looking to add someone else, another salary person, you will have a schedule for that. You're going to have the policy for that. But you'll still need to add the employee to this schedule. And down here where it says assign multiple employees, I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to add the employee we're working with to this schedule. He's there. I'm going to return back to the schedule template. So now the employee is there. A schedule has not been generated for him yet, or her, whichever that is. So we need to do that next. So we're going to click here on the Generate Schedules. Generate schedule one time. And we'll go back a few weeks. And we'll just stop on Monday. I'm going to override any existing schedules that are already there, although you don't have to. If this, if the employees already have schedules and you just want to add one to a new employee to the schedule, then that's fine. We're going to make sure this is selected down here. Since it's not, we're going to have to come back and redo that. But I want to generate the schedules one time first. So I'm going to have it generate from this date to this date so that it assigns the employee to these schedules. I'm going to click Schedule It. Now, this returned me right back to the 8 to 5 template, but I still need to set that other schedule to work weekly or every 2 weeks. So we're going to go back to our daily work shift, select Generate Schedules. Now I want it to generate automatically every Sunday for 1 week, 2 weeks, however you want to do that. 1 week is fine here. I'm going to click Schedule It. So now that schedule for the daily work shift is going to generate each week on Sunday out for the next week. So that's the important part, is to make sure that you assign the employee to the schedule that you're using, and then you generate that employee's schedule. And I go a week before they started or a week before the pay period, right up to the next available Sunday. I want it to be right up close to this date. I could have chosen Saturday as well, because on Sunday this is going to generate 1 week into the future and attach a new schedule for him from the 6th to the 12th. So with that out of the way, we need to go to our employee, and I'm going to select Edit Employee. And under our payroll information, this is important. I need to make sure that they are on the policy that allows for the timesheet to be created from schedule. And for this person, we're going to put them on salary, non-exempt, and they may or may not get holidays. It's up to your particular company configuration. Everything else you add in just as normal, and then apply. Although on this particular person, I don't want that, and select apply. So now the employee is set up to receive scheduled hours. If I scroll down here, I can see a schedule. I'm going to select current pay period though, and we see the new one, 7 to 5, 30th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Click on current pay period in their timesheet, and there's nothing here yet. We've just added everything in to allow the schedules to, or the time card to be created from schedule. What we need to do now is the work to actually move the times into the timesheet. That's done up here at the reports. And you should have a create timesheets from schedule over here already. If you don't, then there's one over here. I'm going to go ahead and use mine over here. I'm going to click on this. I could just use the single person's name or employee number right here because I don't want to mess up anybody else's right now. And if you do this and use just a certain number, leave the one that you have over here alone and use the one on the left-hand side. Overwrite timesheet work entries. If there's nothing in his timesheet, you don't need to do this. I shy away from selecting this in case people are clocking in and out, or if there's already entries in there. However, if you run this for an employee that already has times in their time card, it will simply just add the same times in, and you don't want that. So you have to know how your employee's time is being distributed through this create timesheets from schedules. If your salary employees are not clocking in and out, then you'll have no problem selecting this. But you may want to select these down here. Do not populate timesheets from schedules on holidays and the non-work pay types, things like PTO, sick, vacation. We don't want these deleted from their time card and overwritten with work time. Populate timesheets with employees' default labor levels. This is probably going to be a typical. Populate timesheets with employees' scheduled labor levels. If your labor levels in your schedules that you created for the employee change back and forth, you may want to use this one. This is not a typical option that most people use when having the timesheets generate their scheduled hours for their salary employees. So this one right here is going to be the one that you'll use most often. Employee number, you could use the specific employee number right here. I'm just going to do it for everybody. I don't know what my employee number is there. I'm not worried about any of this. I'm not going to look at the report or anything like that. I'm going to run the report, because running the report is what's going to do the work. You can decide current pay period or previous pay period or user defined. Maybe I want to come back here from the 15th of April to the 5th of May. as soon as possible is where I'm going to run this report. Your other report that's in there will probably be set to go off at a specific time on a specific date, weekly on Sundays or bi-weekly. But for this one, I'm just showing you it's for one person. We're just going to run it once just to put those hours in. All my other salary people are fine. I just want this one person added in, so I just click Generate Report. Now that's going to go ahead and take care of assigning the hours from the schedule to the time card. And we can see that right here. So that's complete. Perhaps on your normal circumstances, you would just use the one that's already there. And these things are already populated the way you want. You would just make sure that the pay period here is what you're looking for, and then generate. So let's go take a look at our test employee. And now we can see that the times have been added in. And it should be back to the 15th of April. There we go, the 15th to the 28th. And then now we're blank. So that's all there is to having the application insert start and stop times for your salary people. You want to make sure that your payroll policy allows it under the employee setting. You want to make sure that that specific employee is assigned to this policy. You want to make sure that you do have schedules. You want to make sure the schedule that you use for the create timesheets from schedule has the employee assigned to it. We've selected that schedule here. It's in black. That tells us this is our working. Assign multiple employees. I can see Johan's on there. Generate schedules. You want to generate the schedules to encompass the time frame for that pay period for the employee. It's important to note that you can't go any farther out than 30 days using this. So I could not use this to generate 2 months worth. I would have to come in here and do it twice. First for 1 month, then back in again for the second month to generate the schedules, if that's what I wanted to do. I just want to make sure that I've got a schedule that goes back prior a little bit to the date range I want, and then stops at just before or sometime after this date down here, and then schedule it. And that's going to put the schedule, it will attach that schedule to the employee as we see here. Once that's done, again, right back to your create timesheets from schedule, choose your options, your employee, date range, and generate report. Once you're done with this, if you used it for a single employee, you can come over here and select the trash can and OK. That deletes it out of here and keeps it out of your view. You don't need to have these reports piling up on you over here. So that's the easy way to do it there. And that's all there is to adding an employee to create their timesheet from schedule. Thanks for watching.